We begin tonight with the weather impact heading into Christmas Eve. This holiday rush is underway, and we are tracking the return of showers and some fog. Thanks for inviting us in. It's 11 o'clock here on WTHR Plus. Rob's in tonight for Angela, so Santa won't be dodging snowflakes here in Indiana, but he may be dodging some raindrops.
Yeah, it looks like the next chance of rain will arrive sometime about 24 hours from now.
Okay.
In the meantime, fog, I think, is going to be a concern, and probably going to be a concern all the way through the Christmas holiday. So let's start with temperatures, because that's really going to determine if we get any fog. As the temperatures continue to cool, we're likely going to see numbers go down into the 30s for tonight, maybe even close to freezing. We're already starting to see some areas pop up with low visibilities right now. Visibility 0 for Terre Haute and for Shelbyville, but there's a larger area of more dense fog to the south and west. This should remain patchy at times, although we'll have to see if this becomes more of a dense fog situation. What we're expecting overnight is fog with a low temperature of around 32. That could get into some issues with a little bit of patchy freezing fog. We'll watch for that as well. But very quickly, tomorrow, after we burn off any of that fog, we should see some sunshine for the early part of the day. Temperatures warming up into the 50s. We'll do low to mid 50s for your daytime highs, and then you'll start to notice the clouds moving in, and this is when that rain chance will start to ramp up. Light rain expected, but should arrive sometime tomorrow evening. That'll carry us into your Christmas forecast, along with more fog in the forecast. I'll lay that out for you hour by hour coming up in just a few minutes, Scott.
All right, Rob, thanks so much. Tonight, IMPD says a child was killed and 3 other children were injured in a 2-car crash on the near north side of Indianapolis. Alex Almanza is at the scene tonight after talking with witnesses.
IMPD confirmed that 4 children were taken to the hospital. 2 of them were listed as critical condition, the other 2 unstable. But a short time later, IMPD says that one of the children that was injured had died.
It's a sound Cortez Sanders says he'll never forget.
It was so loud. It was like boom, like all you heard was the brakes in the car just colliding. It was terrible.
Sanders was one of the dozens of people at this busy northeast side intersection, some hearing it, others watching it happen. Security video obtained by 13 News shows the moment this truck drives northbound on Keystone toward East 34th Street before slamming into this car. We're choosing not to show the moment of impact, but what comes next, strangers sprinting toward the wreckage, doing whatever they could before first responders arrived. For Sanders and neighbors here, the loss cuts deep.
And it's right before Christmas. Like that's the worst thing you can ever understand. Like, I don't know, man. I just wish everybody just continue to drive safe.
IMPD says all drivers stayed on the scene. Meanwhile, crash investigators are here trying to figure out what exactly happened. In Indianapolis, Alex Almanza, 13 News.
Also tonight, a man is found dead inside of a car, another man in custody. But this evening, neighbors are not satisfied. They're searching for answers and calling for change. All of this unfolding around noon today near Canby on the southwest side of Indy. Police getting a report of a crash and shots fired. Officers found a blue car on a tennis court of a park. Detectives believe the passenger pulled the trigger before running away. It didn't take long, though, for police to track down the suspect. Even so, the situation has neighbors feeling unnerved.
We try to move over here to the quiet neighborhood, and this is the second incident that happened, so it's tragic for us. And kind of scared now to take my kids to the park, and everybody around here should be as well. Use hands, not guns. I mean, I'd rather see people fist fight instead of shooting people.
Police are hoping people in that neighborhood who may have seen or heard something will reach out. You can call IMPD or Crime Stoppers, and you don't have to give your name. New tonight at 11, a man is now under arrest after a deadly shooting in Marion. Police responded Sunday morning to a home on 11th Street where they found someone dead. Investigators have only said the victim was a juvenile female and have not confirmed her age or identity. Police say a 22-year-old man tonight is facing a preliminary charge of reckless homicide. We're working right now to learn what led to that gunfire. An Evansville man will not be charged in the shooting death of a Kentucky State University student from Indianapolis. That's after a grand jury decided not to indict Jacob Bard. Our sister station in Louisville reports Bard's attorneys argued that their client acted in self-defense and his actions were legally justified. His arrest records revealed that there was some kind of fight before the shooting. 19-year-old Dejan Darrell Fox was killed. Another student was critically injured on the Kentucky State campus. All of this happening December 9th. Tonight, we want to take a closer look at thousands of new documents just released by the Justice Department connected to the Jeffrey Epstein case. But DOJ leaders warned tonight, when taking a closer look, people should use a critical eye as they verify what's inside. Julia Ainsley breaks down the biggest takeaways.
Overnight, the Justice Department releasing more than 30,000 new pages from the Jeffrey Epstein files, many making reference to President Trump, including one email dated January 2020 that said flight logs show the president flew on the late convicted sex offender's plane, quote, many more times than previously has been reported, or that we were aware. In a post on social media, the DOJ said, quote, some of these documents contain untrue and sensationalist claims made against President Trump that were submitted to the FBI right before the 2020 election. Mr. Trump has not been accused of wrongdoing related to Epstein, and yesterday voiced frustration at the controversy.
A lot of people are very angry that pictures are being released of other people that really had nothing to do with Epstein, but they're in a picture with him because he was at a party, and you ruin the reputation of somebody.
The newest trove of documents also revealed that federal prosecutors discussed 10 co-conspirators. It did not reveal names, but described one as a wealthy businessman in Ohio. But only Epstein's ex-girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, was ever charged in connection to Epstein. She is now serving time in a minimum security prison, convicted on child sex trafficking charges. Also among the documents, FBI tip sheets. It's important to know that NBC News does not know if agents investigated or corroborated any of those tips. But today, Democratic Congressman Robert Garcia asked the DOJ Inspector General to look into what he calls the FBI's failure to investigate after an Epstein survivor warned the agency in 1996 that Epstein was sexually abusing minors. Julia Ainsley, NBC News, Washington.
Tonight, the Supreme Court is blocking the Trump administration from sending National Guard troops to Illinois. The 6-3 ruling rejects the administration's emergency request for troops to protect federal agents involved in immigration enforcement. The High Court said the administration, quote, failed to identify a source of authority that would allow the military to execute the laws in Illinois.